Hi, my name is Akash and I'm a senior character artist at Ubisoft. And in this video, I will be turning my beautiful wife into a 3D model. So before going into the video, pay the class fees by hitting the like and subscribing this video. It helps me motivated. Once those are done, let's start by usual a sphere. That's what I did here. I will be creating the face manually, but I will be reusing the body that I have already made so that it's anyway not very much visible. She is covered in a sari, beautiful sari. So yes, as usual, I have started with the sphere, blocking out the eyes, nose, ears at first and refining them using clay build-up and M standard, moving pieces here and there. Then first I was going with the large eyes, large big eyes, but then I thought no, that will be too anime-like or too cartoonish, so I went with a little bit of smaller eyes, which in real life my wife have. So yes, that was the plan here. Once I block the eyes and I am happy, I will be moving and touching out the other parts of the face. Here I just masked out the area for eyebrows and I have just extracted them. I can just panel loop them. I'll create a nice eyebrow for her. Shaping them all, trying to make her face look more cuter at this stage by adding more of those parts like eyelashes in our case. So yeah, here we have the eyelashes and making the shape around the eyeball rounder, because that what covers the eyeball, and the more rounder and the less space you have between the mesh and the eyeball, it looks more natural. Once I had the base ready, I was about to get ready with the eyes. So I just put a foundation on the eyes by putting some colors into it. Black and then gray and then brown and black again, some shades of brown as well, and some shadows. That's how you paint the eyes. Use the toy plastic material to get the better result for eyes. Here we go. Then eyelashes and some parts of the eyes for shadows, a little bit blacker. Then masked out the area where I want my hair to be. And yeah, there we have it. Boom, cut the scalp hair, then extracted them and then just panel looped them. Place them in place by using move tool and yeah, brush. So I have just appended a body that I have already made. So yeah, we won't be focusing much on the body. Then the most important, amazing part of this project, clothes. It's a little weird because you will understand what I'm talking about. First came the blouse. Here we have it, the blouse. So, a sari, huh? It looks very complex as it is, but the pattern is a big rectangle. Yeah, I know, it's a strange piece of clothing, but I've gotta made it. That is a part of the challenge. So, I started with adding two rectangles, sew them together to wrap around her waist and then extended them, trying to make it more like a sari, but it was growing crazy. So I just separated them and made the shoulder piece, or the part of the cloth which comes over the shoulder, separately, which you will see next. After trying so many ways, then I got an idea to just separate the part from the shoulder. Then I just folded them together. Here we go. Got it.
Yay!
All I had to do at this point, I just have to sew them together. We will get the sari. As we saw, it's nice. Here we go. Once done, I just simulated it once again with a very low particle distance. Since it's a huge piece of cloth, it was taking some time for me as well. So once done, I'll just export it in ZBrush. Came in ZBrush, blocked it out, made some adjustment to the sari, just moved a little bit here and there. At this point of time, it was all about putting them all together and also adding extra pieces of detailing to her. So again, came back to eyelashes because I found that it's looking very simple. So I added a little bit of hair pieces that will go well with the eyelashes, and that is the extra piece of detailing. I'll have to add the jewelry as well. What you're seeing here is called Mangalsutra. This is a very important piece of jewelry that Indian brides have to wear after their marriage. That shows that, yeah, they are married and they have their husband alive, which I am. So yeah, here I'm just detailing that part of gold piece. Now scale it up and put it in place with a piece of string. That's a lot of detailing, I guess. Yeah. If that's done, I have to add some dingling bits which were hanging there with little spheres of gold. These all comes under the part of detailing. The more details you want to add, you can, and you should, if you are creating something intricate and something minute as a jewelry. Once that's done, I just have to keep that in place, create a string so that it doesn't look floating. To do that, I just use a torus and detailed it a little bit using radial symmetry. Once that's done, I had to come back to my art to make more of those jewelries, like earring, nose ring, and rings in general for fingering. So yes, that's what you are seeing here, detailing the earring, and I thought that Maya would be a great option for that. It will be quick, so I came back to Maya, detailed all the parts of my jewelry one by one. Enjoy. Once the jewelry part is done, all I had to do is import and pose my character, my wife, according to what's there in the references. And this time I got a very simple pose for her, so it didn't take much time for me to pose her. Again, still while posing, I had to make it elegant. Once the pose done, it was time to detail the hair by adding individual pieces of strands for the hair. That's what you are seeing here. I am going to make her hair look more beautiful and flowy. For that, I used the hairbrush that I had, and just one stroke, move them in place, then add another stroke, tweak it, move it in place, so on and so forth. That's how I did all of the hair, and it took me some time, like a lot of time, which you will see next. Yeah, I'm just speeding up the process because it's the same thing, creating a strand and moving that in place, modifying it, so on and so forth. And that's how we did this hair. Once done, I placed the rings. The rings I will be making in ZBrush. So yeah, and some details for the hand to make it more natural. Also added nails to it. Again, going through the details for hand, sculpting them a little bit, making it look more natural. For that, always use references. You can use your own hand for that matter, and trying to avoid putting too much details on the area which is not going to be visible. Here I have imported the jewelry that I made from Maya and duplicated it. So and I duplicated them and put the jewelry after I posed, because I wanted to avoid any kind of distortion in my jewelry, because jewelries are hard surface, they don't distort that much. So yeah, I placed them after I posed her. So as you can see, I did a lot of work on hair and it took some time. So yay. Once I was happy with the hair, the jewelry, I also kept a bindi for her. I found the bindi to be very interesting because it will break the monotony of the face. It will add a bit more color on the forehead and it looks really beautiful. So again, came back to the part where I was detailing the hand, and I didn't put too much and very realistic details because we are going for semi-stylized model here. Again, came back to the rings. I had to detail some part of the ring, so for that I didn't go anywhere else than ZBrush. I just sculpted the ring really quickly, and diamond as well as gold rings are beautiful and they just break the tone of the character. The more detail you put in your character, the more good looking it will be. So here I am again back on the hair because I have added the hair strand, but I didn't detail the internal part of the hair, which I did. Now it was part to detail the sari. So I placed the detailing on the UVs of the sari which were there in the Marvelous Designer. So that's why it made it a little bit easier for me to detail the sari. Now it was time to put colors to her. Added a little bit of detailing on the eyebrows, decided the color for her skin tone, the base color, fill the object, and on a standard or the basic material I started painting some pinks, some tones of darker tones of shades of those skin colors. And yeah, you can also spend a bit more time on your character's face, because that the colors can make or break your model. No matter how detailed your model is, if you haven't put the right colors, it just won't look good. So lips, yay, juicy. And then everything else, some dots, some freckles. If she doesn't have, I still put some freckles on my female character models, because that just breaks that single tone color, and that is interesting. That's what I do, deal with it. So yeah, refining the poly paint a little bit more, poly painting the sari as well according to the masking feature. I masked using mask by intensity feature, and then put some golden yellow color for the border design. That's how we made the sari. Then this was the time for jewelry. So I used a reflective material, and this is just for ZBrush. While rendering, I set up my material differently in Arnold. Just for the sake of ZBrush, I kept some materials here and colors which looked really interesting. I also painted the nails for her on the leg, but it won't gonna be visible, so I kept it very basic. If you wanna know more about how I create characters, you can check out my Skillshare class. Link is in the description. Once I was happy with that, it was time to make mehendi for her, henna. So for henna, I was trying a bit of noise, but it wasn't working, so I used some alphas for that. I found some interesting alphas on internet. I used that, and it was looking good. It's kind of tattoo for a for a newlywed wife. Yes, here we go, looking good. After all those work, here is the final result, and I hope you like it.